Tonight on the super important show, it's time to show us your Regina. I did it. I've already made the same mistake. It's also time to make out with a robot. It's time to celebrate failure of all kinds, like the one I just did. I am one of your hosts, Dustin Diodato, and I've got two other amazing people with me. First up, let me introduce you to Heather Jules Booth. Heather Jules Booth, how are you?
I'm great. You already spoiled my story, though. Like,
I
what's
already
the point?
did.
That's it. I'm leaving.
Should we just call it?
Yeah, let's just call it. That's it. Good night, everybody. Great show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Yes, yeah. Liz.
And that was the voice of our special guest, actor and comedian Liz Phillips. Liz, how are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Tell people who you are. Tell people what is the story of Liz Phillips.
Oh God. I am an actor, I'm a comedian. I'm currently based in Atlanta, Georgia. I met these wonderful people when I was living in New York City. I love making people laugh, and I love my dog named Ham, and I am a Gemini.
Awesome.
Yes.
That is the most well thought out version of that I've heard so far.
I feel like it gives a full picture because, look, I'm also gonna highlight my flaws. I am a Gemini. Like, that's fair learning.
Is that a flaw? I didn't know. I don't know, but I will take your word for it.
It depends what side of me you ask, I guess.
Already getting a hello from Joy. Joy loves you. She wanted me to make sure to say hi.
Hi, Joy.
Heather, you ready to do this thing? You ready to introduce World You Crazy?
I absolutely
Even though I ruined it?
am. Yes, I absolutely am. It's all good. So, World You Crazy, yes. As you may have heard Dustin say, there is a town in Canada, in Saskatchewan, and its name is spelled like Regina, but it is in fact pronounced Regina. Right? So, giggle, giggle, giggle. Except they leaned into it and they were like, you know what? You're all laughing about it anyway. Let's make this our tourism slogans. And they are now in trouble and are being criticized for, quote, sexualizing the city because they had such phrases as show us your Regina and the city that rhymes with fun. Now, I'm going to ask some questions about this anyway. First of all, I'm going to throw it out right away. They missed a huge opportunity with, like, you know, those road signs, like now entering. Huge opportunity missed.
Oh, my God.
How did they not do that? Come on. Like, that would have been the top slogan that should have.
Well, I mean, listen, if any residents of Regina are listening, I think you gave them a great idea for tourism. I don't have a problem with this. I think people get too uptight. And I grew up in Pennsylvania, and there's a town there called Intercourse, and the whole slogan is like, "Oh, Virginia's for lovers, but Pennsylvania has intercourse." That's funny.
It is funny. They made them, I'm going to come back to this and say this, but they made the, what is it? The mayor or the CEO of Experience Regina, which has been their tourism board for years. They've been referring to it as Experience Regina as opposed to Tourism Regina. And he apologized. He's like, I want to apologize for the negative impact created with our brand launch and this and that and blah, blah, blah. He says, we've learned that we just went too far. Our city didn't appreciate it. The community didn't appreciate it. We were wrong. And then they talk to a bunch of people from the town that are just offended and they hate it. And they're like, would you want to have that conversation with your kids? And now I said to Dustin beforehand, I was like, listen, the name already sounds like this. And your kids already know what these words are. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure your kids are already giggling. So, like, I don't know. I think, let's everybody calm down just a little bit. The one thing that I will throw out when I was reading this from one of the people who was like, I don't like this. She made a really good point. And also, it raised questions for me about this town. So she says, where is this part? She says, do we want men harassing women in bars chanting, show us your Regina? And I'm like, okay, fair point. And then she's like, there are so many serious ramifications of these slogans. We have extremely high rates of intimate partner violence and sexual assault in our city. And I just went, hold up.
Right. I saw that too. And I was just like,
what?
Then your problem is not the slogan. Your problem.
Right. And
domestic violence.
she leans into that. I mean, she says it. She's like, we have a responsibility to teach boys and men about consent. And it's like, yeah, I think y'all are getting upset about the wrong thing. I think you got to look at your crime rates here. Cause that's like, I reread that line twice. Cause I was like, excuse me, what?
Did we bring up?
But I like when somebody was like, when your 7-year-old can't and shouldn't explain the slogan of your city, then that's a problem, don't you think? And that was the point where I was like, no, your 7-year-old is giggling about that. Like, truly, your 7-year-old's already like.
Did we bring up morning roast? You don't want to go too far into Regina.
Yes. Yes. I mean, the jokes truly write themselves. Like it's
when I was a senior in high school, like all the seniors get to like make their slogan, and then you get to like have your own shirt, and then it's your senior shirt and you wear it every Friday, right? Like it's a very common American thing. So my class was like, Cumberland Valley seniors, it's good to be on top. And the administration was like, absolutely not. And we were like, okay. So they lowered it, and so it was like, Cumberland Valley seniors, it's good to be at the top, and it just ruined the whole thing. Like some things just don't. And so now I have this dumb shirt. It's good to be at the top. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like, way to overdo it. Like, I wouldn't automatically hear that phrase and immediately just be like, like, yeah, you will think it, but come on.
Yeah. I mean, Speaking of, though, there is merch. You can get the sweatshirt.
That merch has been pulled, Dustin. I am trying to find this merch. It has been pulled.
No way.
I have an affinity, a soft spot in my heart, if you will, for inappropriate merch, especially inappropriate merch that gets pulled. I was telling Dustin I have back in the early 2000s, the University of North Texas put out this mug that said UNT. And unfortunately, the handle for the mug spelled out a certain word that starts with a C.
Oh.
And when you held the mug, it looked like that. And I do own that mug.
Nice.
So I was very, very excited to buy that mug because I was like, this is a fail, and I love a good fail. So yes, also Dustin has so earlier backstory is that there is a song for this.
Yes, there is.
Slogan, like not for the show us your Regina, but experience Regina has a whole song. It's a grungy song. It's a grungy rock song. Big surprise. I don't know why they're so up in arms about all this, because Dustin, please play this song that like you hear it and you're going to be like, come on. Oh, here we go. Here's this bop.
Yep. This guy sings so well.
Also, this video is
amazing.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
This sounds like he's being tortured.
Oh my god.
What is?
Was this man hired to do this, or this is just like an act of love? Like
no, the touring board.
This is
threw
a
money
paid tourist. Yeah, this was not a fan video.
This is like, y'all are pulling my leg. If I hadn't seen the link to this, I would have thought this is just like an episode of Schitt's Creek. There's no way.
No, this is awesome in its awfulness.
This is absolutely rejoice us. It's like the photo screensaver on my parents' computer. Yes, it has that feel.
Also, I feel like, everyone that was complaining about this really did their town a disservice, because who's like top of their travel destination list is Saskatchewan.
I don't know.
No one. Let's be honest. I doubt it. So it's kind of like, I think they did themselves a dirty.
Yeah, this video is like so good.
Are they going to change the name of the town too?
No.
They're keeping the names. They're keeping the name. They're like, that's our town name, and that's just who we are.
I'm just shocked. That's the same. That's the same shot. It's the same shot.
What are we pointing at? What are we pointing at?
His voice is just
His
voice
my
is-
gosh.
Yeah, Morning Roast. Morning Roast is asking if you're basically saying that they dirtied their Regina. Yes, they did. They did.
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe they did.
How
Yeah.
much do you think this guy got paid for this? Because like, I need to get into this film. I can make this.
I'm assuming he got paid in Labatt. You don't write a song like that and not get paid in Labatt.
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
Morning Roast also pointing out, I thought that was funny too, Regina Snacks, especially because it was spelled S-N-A-X. Like, it's
Next.
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
God. I don't
wonderful.
think I'm ever going to get past Liz just being like, did they pay this person to do this?
Like, you know, I was like, is this an act of love or was this
Right.
like an actual
Yep.
paid
No.
product?
Yep. So like, just saying, the problems have existed before they came up with these extra slogans.
Yeah. I mean, couldn't they have just stolen from New York and just gone with "I love Regina"? Like, couldn't
Yes.
like that would have worked and be equally as awful?
I think that would have been really funny, actually. Just lean into it. Yeah. Agreed. And then if everyone's like, what? You can just be like, I know, I love my town. I love Regina. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're right. I do.
They would just
I do love salty
think we were
Regina
talking
snacks. Of
about-
course.
they think you're talking about that like singer Regina Spektor. They like,
Yeah.
I mean, no one's gonna expect for that to be pronounced like that. I'm sorry. Like you're gonna
No,
read it like Regina.
of course.
So like it doesn't.
They-
Even if you just saw a shirt that was like, "Show us your Regina," you're just gonna read it. Show us your Regina. Am I wrong?
Right.
Like,
Right. Like my brain would go, show us your Regina. And I would be like, Regina, like Regina George? Like, what am I
Regina
looking for? Right.
George.
Right. Like, that's really what I would think first. I'd be like,
Right.
okay. Right.
It's because you're good people.
Mean Girls fan.
You're good people. Do we want to stay on Regina or do we want to move on to?
I think we're ready to move on. I
Okay.
think we've covered it all. We've listened to it all. Dustin,
Yeah.
I'm really grateful that you had that queued up to share because that was
Amazing.
really amazing.
Amazing.
All right, let's move on to
Okay.
Making Out with Robots.
Yes. Okay. So, in China, there is a startup who was inspired by, China had very long lockdown isolations. They were crazy long, like months and months and months. So somebody took it upon themselves and created a long distance kissing machine where you could actually transmit the user's kiss data. So it's like, it's not just like rubber lips, it's like your lover's lips. And like the machine does get warm. They come in other colors. It can replay sound and it's called the moi, like to mimic it's MUA and it says it's to mimic the sound that you like a kiss, like moi. And it's only $38.
Only $38.
Wow.
It's only $38. Like you'd think so. You'd think a product like this is gonna run. Why am I selling it? I also work for them.
You are also a
I
client.
work for this. No, so like they just released it on January 22nd, and only 2 weeks later, they'd already sold 3,000, and there's 20,000 orders. People want these robot lips. People want these lips. Now, the picture itself, I will admit, is alarming. Like it's
You want me to bring it up?
scary as hell. Yeah, actually show. It's like it's not great.
It's not
really
yeah.
like if you saw this, I mean, obviously this is something you're gonna do in private, right? You're not gonna, I don't think you're gonna bring this outside.
I hope
You
not.
don't think you're gonna walk on the beach with a pair of robot lips and just full on make out?
I don't think so. I mean, I couldn't imagine it, but I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I haven't ordered one, so I can't tell you personally. But when the point is, when you kiss it, it kisses back. So it's not like your hand that you're just kissing, and it's not like a poster. It's like it's gonna kiss you back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the next picture so you can get an experience of what it's like coming at you.
Oh no, there's more.
Yeah.
Now imagine this. But it's gonna kiss you back, and it's warm to the touch, and it's gonna mimic like a sound of your lover.
Terrifying.
Like, so,
I don't know.
Morning Roast wants to know if these are made in Regina, and are they Regina lips?
Yes.
Now, I just want to like walk you through some of the response. Like when this came out, obviously some people were intrigued. There were orders. Some were like, you know what, it makes me really uncomfortable. And then also like they were worried that, oh no, it might elicit more erotic online content, which is very locked down in China. However, the most common complaint for this was that there's no tongue.
That's the complaint.
That's the number one complaint about this product is that there's no tongue. There's a lack of tongue. So, and this is not the first kissing machine too, which I was surprised about. There was a kiss transmission machine in 2011. And also in Malaysia, there was a kissing machine called the Kissinger in 2016. Nope. So this is just the latest in
That's a terrible name.
A line of kissing lips, but no tongue. So.
Did they not know about Kissinger? Because he is the most making me not want to kiss thing in the world. I feel
no,
like
he doesn't do it for you.
He does not. He does not. It's so upsetting. It's more upsetting than the weird lips. It's the thought of Kissinger while I'm kissing somebody. So.
Well, I just can't imagine. I just keep thinking, like, what if I owned this? And then, and like, where would I put it? And then, like, what would I? Like, I just can't. Because I was telling Dustin
where do you
before
put
the
it?
show, like, you know, middle school me would have probably appreciated this because I was very like, am I kissing right? Like, am I kissing weird? You know, like you're worried about that kind of thing when you're little. But I don't know. I should just stick to your hand.
So, but you would have purchased this. You would have taken your allowance and gone to the store and purchased Makeout Robot.
Please, my parents never gave me an allowance. Are you kidding me? They're Pennsylvanians. Yeah. So you work for your money.
So you would have stolen it. So you would have just
100%. No, what I'm saying was like, I'm probably somebody who's intrigued. I'm intrigued by the whole robot movement. I'm not going to lie. I've like gone on the chat GPT to see what it can do. Like, I'd be intrigued by a pair of robot lips. I don't know anyone. Like, you're not like, seriously, Heather and Dustin, you're telling me that if you didn't have an opportunity to kiss these lips, you wouldn't try it out?
I don't know.
I mean, if this was completely sterilized and someone brought this to like an event or something and was like, look at this freaky weird shit I have. Maybe I might, just because it's ridiculous.
They look like,
again, I love weird shit, and this is just weird.
It's so weird. The more I look at the picture too, the more I can't help but think that it probably feels a lot like when you learn how to do CPR.
But warmer. Yeah. But warmer because it's heated.
But warmer, and it's mimicking sounds.
Yeah. I don't know if that. I feel like I would mute it. I feel like I would put it on mute. I don't think I want the because is the assumption that like the other person on the other side is mimicking. Like it's basically recording them making whatever kiss noise.
So what, from my understanding, and makers of moi, like if I'm getting this wrong, please correct me. I'm sure they're watching.
They're definitely watching.
You download the kissing data that your lover would submit. So if I were sending a kiss, I might be like, and it would like be transmitted. And then when they would kiss it, they would hear me being like, like
so much potential to exploit this.
Okay. So talk me through this then. So what's happening here is like let's just say, Liz, you're at work and you like, I have 5 minutes. I'm going to go kiss this robot thing and I'm going to email it to my significant other. And then later on that night, the significant other is going to open his email of kissing and then like experience your kiss like 5 hours later. That's the plan?
Yes. It's not unlike those lamps where I'm sure you've seen, I get this Instagram ad all the time, like touch the lamp and like send a color to your loved one that you're missing. I was imagine it's not unlike that, but it's a kiss instead. Look, if the point of the matter is that human beings are ingenious about being horny. And the pandemic would not stop these people from getting it on with the robot lips. So there we go.
The robot lips. It's like, so there's like this feature on the Apple Watch, and it is not robot lips, but you can like send a little like a drawing or like a little pulse or something to somebody else that has an Apple Watch in your contact list. And I think that's great. I think once you get into these robot lips, it has gotten.
It's just one step further.
So it's just one step further, I guess.
It's just one step further. It's just a little.
God, everyone's gonna just troll this thing. You just know it,
right? So what happens? Like, okay, so here's what I'm afraid of. Here's what I don't know if I should be afraid of this, but let's say that's safe.
I think you're afraid of a lot of these things.
I'm afraid of everything. Yeah. So, but there's that risk of like, oh, I have this thing and I want to like send it to my significant other, but then oops, I accidentally sent it to the person like above them on my contact list. And now I've set my making out to somebody named Joe because it's right next to Joy. And now,
what if you were
and now Joe's and I'm making out with Joe.
And what if your making out was like very strange? Like what if you and like no shame, like what if it was a very unconventional makeout style and you accidentally send it to your boss and your boss happens to have robot lips too. And you happen to have access to that. And now
your boss like gets this weird thing and it's like rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, like what if it's like weird? I agree, Dustin. I agree, though. I like in the this technology in the wrong hands is scary, but we should never fear the future. And robot lips might be.
I think we lost.
That sounded like an infomercial.
Yeah.
Because I work for them, I get a commission. Go buy this device.
Dustin. Morning Rose said Dustin sent it by accident and Joy put arrows. Yeah. Oh my God.
Some weird ass stories we got going on today.
Yeah, and I feel like they're all kind of connected.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Do we want to stay on the robot lips, or are we?
I could stay on this story for a very long time, but I feel like I guess we should move on.
Okay. All right. Moving on to my story, which I feel like we did it in the wrong order. I wanted to give these stories to you guys, but at the same time, I feel like my story is a letdown after making out with robots and seeing people's vaginas.
Your story's the third beat of these first two beats. That's how you have to think about this.
Right. So what Heather's getting at is in Brooklyn right now, I think in Sunset Park, Brooklyn, they have now opened up a museum called the Museum of Failures. And I believe it's a Swedish, let me look up where is this guy from? I got information somewhere. It's a Swedish psychologist and innovation researcher, Samuel West, who put together 150 different failures into a museum, so you could go there and see. He's got like a bunch of like cell phones that were shitty ideas. He's got a bunch of he's got like the original Segway, which kind of like did okay, and then the guy who ran it ran off a cliff.
Like ran off
in
a
the
cliff,
segue
right? Yeah.
that he made. So I picked out three of them that I felt like definitely exemplified, pointing out for the moment that somehow the kissing robot is not on there, but I feel like it should be. Okay, so what do we have? First up is Bic for Her. The Bic company decided that...
I remember these.
I do too.
Yeah, women needed their own pens. That they were more expensive than regular pens because of all the additional expense of the glitter that women require when they are writing with pens.
I do. I never had a problem with the Bic for Her pens. I have delicate female wrists. I need a ladylike pen. I cannot be asked to use a regular pen. I need one especially for my female hands.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, if you want to get them, you can always stop at the Museum of Failure and get these weird ass pens. The next one I thought was normal until somebody told me that it wasn't, and now looking back on it, it wasn't. But it was the lawn dart. I don't know if you guys ever played with lawn darts. I played with lawn darts many times, and I thought they were normal, but in retrospect, they were murder devices that could have easily killed people. Did you guys ever play with lawn darts?
No, what the hell is this?
Oh, okay. I am familiar with this, but I never played them. I went to a party and I was like, what the heck are these missiles?
Yeah,
in
basically.
your yard? They're lethal. I can't believe you played and survived, to be honest.
Either can I.
I mean, this is why Dustin's afraid of everything.
Right. So basically, you would have two kids who were standing like far apart from each other, and they'd be like a circle or something like at their feet. And the idea was you were trying to get your dart into that circle, but those darts are probably like a foot long, so they're like heavy. Yeah. And they have a metal spike at the front. So you were basically like throwing mini javelins at each other and hoping that you just didn't kill the other kid. But it never even occurred to us that we would be murdered by it. But it very much could. They have long since been abandoned as a product because I'm assuming a bunch of kids did get hurt by them very badly.
Wait, so how sharp are these? They
They're
look like
sharp.
They're pretty sharp.
Yeah, no.
Because the idea is to get it to spear the ground.
Yeah.
That's such a bad idea.
It's like a spear.
This is such a like when you see people talk about like Gen X stuff and they're like, of course Gen X is this and that because we survived this XYZ and it's shit like this.
Right.
This is such a late 80s, early 90s. Is that when this is from? Is this from like the 90s, early 90s?
80s.
80s? Of course it is. Of course it is.
I saw them in someone's yard and I was like, what the heck are these? And he was like, oh, we can't play that anymore because the neighbors complained.
Yeah, because it's super dangerous. All right.
Yeah.
So as dangerous as this is, just be prepared for your nightmares to be invaded by the next product, our third and final product. This was a product designed to make yourself look prettier and to rejuvenate your skin.
I think I know what you're going to show us.
Yeah.
Is it the terrifying mouth thing?
It is a
It's this thing.
it is a murder mask that electrocuted your face.
This.
Yes.
Electrocuted it.
Yeah, it was just filled with little electrical things, and it shocked your face with electricity with the hopes of making you prettier.
Oh my God.
Where's the science behind that? Like, surely not.
Absolutely not.
For a minute, I was like, these masks are kind of popular, like infrared stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I see it all the time. But, like, why would you ever be shocking your face?
Oh my God. This was on like infomercials, wasn't it? Like,
It was.
It was. Yes.
Did people ever like get paralyzed from it? Like, I mean, like, I feel like it would really like mess you up if you got it wrong.
Right?
All right, Morning Roast.
Joyous saying a game of Darwin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Morning Roast saying this is the next step of robot lips. Yeah.
Right. You put this on and you just make out with your significant other you just need to get somebody to stand in. That's all you need to do. And then
it's horrifying.
And then you live fucking nightmares.
This looks like a still out of I don't even know, like some horror film, and like somebody, it looks like some villain's like origin story.
Yep.
Someone just said, L. Damon, this looks like the mask the Joker gives his girlfriend in Batman.
Yes.
Very good shout out. Very good call.
Yes.
It does. Yes. I wonder if they repurposed one.
So
I wonder how much
extreme
did this
creators
cost?
next to being on coke. Yes, this is correct, Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wonder how much this cost. This looks expensive.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Oh,
I'm sure it was in.
man.
I'm sure it was in the
It's
hundreds.
probably like $99.99 or something. Yeah. But do y'all remember there was also this thing? So at first I thought you were going to show this thing. It was like this stupid thing you were supposed to put in your mouth, and I think the idea was that it was supposed to, like, I guess, tighten your mouth muscles or something, right?
Yeah, you like had to do.
Yeah, and it's like all the pictures were like a woman with like this thing in her mouth. And I was like, it's awful.
It's supposed
terrifying
to get rid
looking.
of your double chin, I think.
Yeah.
I saw that infomercial too on YouTube.
Yes, and it always looked hard, like absolutely stupid. It was
just
ridiculous.
really painful.
Yeah.
Like,
and also it felt like the science made no sense.
no, I don't think science makes sense in most of these.
Well, that's true. There isn't. Yeah, what science?
What science?
I wonder if they have, or this makes me feel like I want to call them and be like, but I don't want to give up my bottle of Tums PMS. But remember, I have that bottle of Tums PMS. That feels like a fail. That feels like it belongs in this museum of fail.
I mean, they got 150 products, so head on over to Sunset Park and find out.
I bet they have them.
I would go to that.
I actually would too.
Yeah, we might want to do a trip.
That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. Well,
field trip.
Like, I don't know if it's still there, but in LA they had a museum of breakups.
Oh my god!
Oh,
and it was like people could submit like their breakup to be in this museum. It was like mementos of breakups and stuff. And I went to it, and I was like, "It's a great idea."
I'd be sad. I love
We
love.
want to share in the collective pain and failure. Like, I would go to the Museum of Failure for sure.
Yeah, well, it's open now, so come back to New York for a little while.
Let me get on up there. What are you in town for? The museum.
It was mentioned. It was mentioned quickly that I do own. I forgot about this. I do own a transformer, but it's the Titanic, and it transforms into like
Why?
robot.
No.
But it's the Titanic, right? I don't know. It's a fail.
Oh.
Why would you?
I'm going to keep this.
When we did Shot for Shot Titanic, the first time I brought it to that, I was like, look at this Transformer Titanic, because that felt like the most shot for shot thing to have.
Yes. Transforms into a submarine. Nice. Okay, so
that would make sense.
Yeah. So before we continue, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. It helps you know when we have new episodes coming out. It helps other people know that you like the content. So if you could take a moment to like and subscribe and click the buttons that are down wherever they are, that would be really wonderful. Yes, please do that. And I will stop my rambling about liking and subscribing, but it'd be nice. Okay.
Robot lips.
So that brings us to our next segment, which is What the Fact? Which, for folks who have not seen this segment before, I will ask 3 trivia questions. I'll give you multiple choice answers. You will try and guess. Our 2 other co-hosts will try and guess, and chat will try and guess, and you will let me know what you all think the answer is, and then I will tell you the result at the end. The first one. Which of the following were once a popular name for referring to sex? And Liz, I'm going to come to you first. So, like, I need
Regina.
you to... Yeah. Regina is not one of them. Was it discussing Uganda? So, if you got your partner going, it's like, hey, you want to go discussing Uganda? Was it
political?
Right. Was it How's Your Father? Or was it...
Wow, I hate that.
Or was it Barney mugging?
Ooh. I'm going to guess C.
You're going to guess C?
I'm going to guess Barney mugging. Yeah, that sounds sexual to me.
You think mugging Barney is a sexual kind of thing?
I mean, it's more so than I don't want anyone to say, how's your father in the throes of passion. And I certainly don't want to be discussing Uganda.
Okay.
So Barney mugging C, final answer.
Okay. We got a B. We got a C. We got Morning Roast asking why the podcast is so horny. Because it is. It's not. It's the news that is horny. It's not us that's horny. It's what happened this week.
It's the news.
The world
Yeah.
That's horny. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna go with Barney mugging. What about you, Heather?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I guess I don't get to ask what era this is from, do I? I have to just
no. You just
take
gotta
a shot in the dark.
Just gotta take a shot in the dark. Yeah.
I'm wildly uncomfortable with discussing Uganda because I just don't like that at all. That feels uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm wildly uncomfortable with How's Your Father, same as Liz, because nobody wants to be thinking that. But I feel like if it's like the olden days, like olden times, which what does that even mean? I don't know. I feel like that might be what it is. Like they would be like, like there's that creepy period of time where people would just be like, yeah, daddy. And I could feel like they could be like, hey, how's your father? You get it? And like maybe father also meant penis or something. I don't know.
What was that? It was like that accent. Yeah, how's your father? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Liz. As you've learned, I do excellent accent work on this podcast.
Perfect.
It's like one of the hallmarks of this podcast. It's my outstanding accent work. I'm going to go with How's Your Father. I hate it.
Okay.
I hate all of it.
Okay.
I mean, I like C. C is funny, but I'm going to go with How's Your Father.
Okay. The actual answer, I'm surprised you didn't say this, Heather, but this is one of my tricks. It is all of them.
It's all three?
It's all three.
Oh, God damn it.
It is all three.
God damn it, Dustin.
Discussing Uganda came from a politician and his secretary were caught having sex. He was married, and originally they said they were discussing Uganda, and instead of having sex, and then that became a thing that people referred to sex as discussing Uganda for a little while. Barney mugging was just one of those old-timey, like, dumb kind of things. And How's Your Father came from a British comedian who wanted to talk about sex during his act. So he just told everybody, I'm going to say, how's your father whenever I'm referring to sex, and y'all know it. So... it feels very, very Monty Python. So that's where all of those came from. So
it's your robot Luke. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So feel free to use those whenever you want to. When you want to seduce somebody, just be like, hey, you want to discuss Uganda? And they're not going to.
Or you could just be like, hey, do you want to experience Regina?
Yes.
Or, hey, you want to robot lips? Hey, you want to go to my museum of failure?
Oh my God. That's a good one.
Oh God! All right.
Okay, so the Cantina Band from the original Star Wars movie was playing a very specific type of music, according to George Lucas. So this question actually, you can earn 3 points that mean nothing. You can get the right answer. You can also, for an extra point, tell me the name of the Cantina Band because they had an actual name. And for a point beyond that, you can tell me the name of the song that they were playing that is popularly known as just the Cantina Band song. I don't expect anybody to get any of those, but I have all of the things for it. So, was the type of music that the Cantina Band was playing, according to George Lucas, its creator, space poodle music? Was it referred to as jizz music? Or was it referred to as stellar folktronica? Which one of those is true? Heather, I'm going to come to you first. Oh, Liz, you already answered. So, you're going with...
Oh my God.
No,
Sorry,
you can.
Heather. I just burst out.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I think it's A.
You think it's A?
Space poodle.
Space poodle. Okay. Cool. What makes you think that?
No reason.
No reason at all?
No reason.
Okay. Do you know the name of the band and the song?
No.
Okay.
Not at all. This is like alien milk boogie woogie. Isn't it like a milk bar? Aren't they drinking like weird blue milk? I don't know.
Weird blue.
Yeah. So we got some B's and C's in the chat. We got an A from Liz. Heather, what are you thinking?
I'm like pretty certain it's B, and I'm pretty certain I heard this fact fairly recently, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here! That's so stupid."
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's B.
Okay.
And that I don't remember what the excuse was. It was just like, it's like jazz, but like a little different or something. I think that's what it's called. Also, didn't Joseph Williams help compose?
Yes, he did.
Right. Not John Williams, Joseph Williams from Toto.
Not his brother.
No, it's his son. He also sings for Toto. I think that's why I know this fact. Anyway.
You are correct. The answer is just music. And the name of the band is Figurin Da and the modal nodes. And the name of the song is Mad About Me. So.
No.
It's a banger already.
Yeah, we got not a lot of points, but that's okay. L. Damon in the chat knew that one. Liz knew that, Heather knew that one.
I know L. Damon in the chat.
Morning Roast knew that. Who else
she
knew
would
this?
know this.
Yeah.
All right, brings us to our third and final question of what the fact. This one might be older than you guys, so I have a video to get into it in case you don't remember who this is. But I'm confident Heather's going to remember who this is.
I don't know. Lawn darts was clearly my cutoff. That really separated us.
So this next question is, whatever happened to John Morales, who was the actor who played McGruff the Crime Dog? Do you remember McGruff the Crime Dog?
I do remember McGruff the Crime Dog. Yes.
Okay. For folks who don't, I just have a clip from one of his PSAs for us to play.
Hey, Uncle McGruff, got a minute for your favorite nephew?
You bet, Scruff. Come on in. What can I do for you?
I'm kind of confused about something.
Well, the best thing to do when something's bothering you is to talk about it, just like you're doing now.
Okay, Unc. Here's the thing. Jimmy Allen, a friend of mine, wants me to come over to his house this afternoon before his folks get home. He found a gun in the closet, and he wants to...
Hold it, Scruff. I can tell you right now, that's something you don't want to get involved in. Kids shouldn't even touch guns without adult supervision.
All right, so that's
was this a TV show? What was this?
What
is this?
It was a series of PSAs. Most of the time they were cartoons, but some of the time they were live action.
I forgot that they were live action. I really knew the cartoon versions, and they would be like little commercials or little bumpers between one episode of a cartoon and another. That live action is terrifying.
This one had a whole plot. There was a lot.
Something gun. Hold on there.
Yeah, this was 15 minutes long.
Michelle says those dogs don't even have opposable thumbs. How's that even work? It's a great question.
There, Scruff.
You can look that one up, the McGruff gun safety. It's 15 minutes long.
That is.
I just took the very beginning of it.
I feel like that's about 13 minutes longer than it needs to be.
Where would you have watched this in school? Would they show this in school?
Probably.
Okay.
Okay.
Rolled in that TV cart.
Yeah. So John Morales was the actor who played this. Whatever happened to him? Did he A, get married to Jewel and have 2 kids? Did he B, was he a partial inventor of ChatGPT? Or C, did he go to jail for 16 years for having a pot farm and a grenade launcher?
Oh,
Liz, I'm going to come to you first.
I think I have to guess C because I think that's just the most ironic one. A crime dog who's obsessed with not breaking the law, going to jail for breaking the law. It's got to be C. You're
going to go with C? Okay. Joy is going with C as well. Topping's going with all 3. It is
Topping
not.
says all 3.
It is not all 3. Not all 3, but a good guess.
It was all 3, and you played the crime dog. What a life you've had.
Yep.
Right.
Heather, what are you thinking?
I got to go with Liz, and I got to go with the chat, because chat also lit up and was like, jail, went to jail. So I got to go with Liz, and I got to go with the chat. Also because, come on, that's the most delicious, history. Come on. That's amazing if the crime dog actually went to jail. And also, what a ridiculous reason, too. Pot and a grenade.
Grenades.
Right, grenades. Right.
It's the grenades for me. Pot, okay.
Yeah.
Grenades.
Like, what was he going to do with these grenades?
What were you doing?
Yeah, what was he doing? He's taking a bite out of crime.
Okay. But Topping is going to go with B. Topping's going to go with B.
Yep.
Sorry, Topping. You're wrong. Everybody else chose the correct and ridiculous answer. He did go to prison for 16 years for owning a pot farm and having a grenade launcher, which makes a song that I'm about to play that much more ironic because, in case you're wondering, yes, of course McGruff the Crime Dog did an album and sang songs about crime. Of course he did.
Is it the Experience Regina song?
It is not.
Oh, look at him.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie. It's like beating your head on a wall.
Oh, no.
Say no way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall.
Well,
He's right.
You will pay, 'cause it's doing you no good at all.
who wrote this? Who wrote this? What is happening?
If you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow. 'Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know.
There's 2 minutes more, so tell me when you want me to stop.
Oh, let's at least hear the second verse or a few lines.
Because your life is a
these
gift,
rhymes
don't
are-
abuse it. Oh.
Yeah. Everything about this is awesome.
Marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie. It's like beating your head on a wall.
All right, we heard that one already. I guess we're
Say no
good.
way. Marijuana's a fast way to fall.
In case you want to find out more about his music, he's also got one called Crack and Cocaine. He's also got one called Inhalants. And he's got
What?
Yeah, it's just about not doing inhalants.
What does that even mean?
The best part about that there's a song about pot and he went to prison for pot is
For
you know
pot.
somebody in jail sang this at him. And it
Oh, man, I hope
so.
like even if it wasn't an inmate, like it was constantly running through his own head.
Yeah.
So this poor man had to do 16 years in prison and just have this on loop probably for 16
I
years.
just want to imagine, this is one day someone in prison was like, "Hey, I found your song," and they just start singing and dancing that song at him.
I kind of want to find another one of the songs. Do you prefer Crack and Cocaine or Inhalants? Which would you prefer? I try and track down.
Well, I would. Could you pull up the album on the grenade launcher?
No, unfortunately, I cannot. I can not pull up another one, but let me know. Do you want to hear another one? And I will pull up another one.
I think put a link in the chat so we can watch it after.
Okay, I will.
I would
Yeah.
love to hear Crack Cocaine. For sure.
I will do it after. I will do it after we're done, so that I'm not slowing us down. But yeah, so McGruff is currently in prison for her pot farm, and so that is what the facts for this week. So I think there were some fun ones. Yeah, I think that was a good time. I'm sorry that you didn't know who McGruff the Crime Dog was at the start of this, but now I feel like he's going to be an important part of your life, Liz. Yeah.
Yeah, Liz, you got to look him up.
And now that I know that he's a true artist with a full discography,
how can you not get more into it? Yeah.
Every song is great. Every song on the album is I don't know how they weren't at the top of the charts. It's just such an amazing. So, McGruff, okay, which brings us to our final segment. We are way over, but that's fine because nobody's paying attention to whether or not we go long. Which brings us to Would You Rather. Heather, do you want to kick us off with our first Would You Rather?
Yes, absolutely. So today's first Would You Rather is, would you rather have to stare a stranger in the eyes every time you poop So you are making intense eye contact while you poop with a stranger, or would you never be able to taste food again? And Liz, I will go ahead and throw this to you first as the guest.
So if I was eating, there would just be no taste.
Yeah, you will never taste good food again. Or you won't taste anything ever again.
I mean, there's just no way I could look strangers in the eye while I was pooping for the rest of my life. I would just never like that. I just don't think I could ever do that. So I guess I just would never taste food again.
Wow.
It would just like, it's where we're all heading in the end. Like, we're just going to take a pill that's going to be our daily nutrition and be done with it. So really, I'm ahead of the curve.
Liz Phillips, ahead of the curve.
Yep.
All right, then. Dustin, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to go with the pooping one for
feel
sure.
like I know.
Yeah, I got to go with the pooping one.
Wow. No, I'm surprised.
Well, because, like, okay, here's the thing. I don't want to interact with somebody while pooping. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like after, like, a couple of weeks of it, you'd be like, it'd be normal. Like, you'd get used to it. And as somebody put in the chat, like, it's a power move. You'd be like, eventually, like, and here's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming, and this is your question, so you can tell me that I'm wrong, but I'm assuming that, like, as soon as I sit down to go poop, somebody just, like, snaps into the bathroom with me and, like, make eye contact with me. And I'm hoping that I never see that person again. So
yeah, I think by definition, because there's a stranger, once you've made eye contact and pooped with them once, they're no longer a stranger. So I think yes.
I don't know about that. Once somebody has locked eyes with you while you're dropping a deuce, you're no longer strangers.
Right.
Right. But for that first time you are. So yeah, that's just, it's just saying, like, you are linked forever after that first time. But I think that because of the anonymity of the situation, I would get used to it, and then I would still be able to enjoy food. It would just be a thing that I do. Like, I mean, granted, I would hope that, like, the people are in a, I don't know, like, I'm hoping a certain demographic or something like that. Like I'm hoping, like, not too old or too young. Like, I don't want a grandma. Like, I want somebody, like, in their 30s.
Wow, what?
Like, I want somebody who I can relate to.
He wants a certain demographic for his stranger poops.
Right.
Absolutely not. You don't get to choose the
You do not get to choose.
Well, because I'd feel weirder about it if it's like a, like if it's certain, like, collections of people.
Don't pick that one.
Well, but that's the one I'm going with. That's the one I got to go with.
That's why it's a would you rather, Dustin. What if it is like, it seems like the thing that would terrify you is an old granny. So, like, yeah, what if an old granny shows up?
I mean,
Just for that, you're only going to get old strangers.
Yeah, you're only getting old strangers who are just like, hello.
Yeah.
Then you have to make direct eye contact with them.
but then, okay, it depends on, that's what I'm saying, like, it depends on the age, because at a certain point, like, if you got, like, 85-year-old or, like, 90-year-old people, they'd be like, well, I'm pooping too. And then you're like, okay, well, now we're making eye contact while we both poop.
Wow. Dustin, making assumptions about people of a certain age.
I'm just saying if a person gets old enough, then they're pooping with you. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, Dustin single-handedly turned the elderly population against him in this podcast. You heard it here.
Yeah.
Old people, write in. Share your rage.
Don't.
No publicity.
Don't.
All publicity is good publicity. All right.
What about you?
I am going with look strangers in the eye while pooping. It would absolutely devastate me to never be able to taste food again. And I also comedically, I really enjoy awkward eye contact. So I think that I would find it kind of hilarious. I just had to make awkward, weird eye contact with someone while I was pooping, especially because I agree. I also assume that they just, like, materialize and then you finish and they like dematerialize. Yeah. There's no talking. There's no. I think it's kind of funny
because, like, when I lived in Sunnyside, Queens, there was a guy and he would poop in broad daylight in public, and I came out on one side of the train platform and I looked across, and this man locked eyes with me and squatted and pooped, and he pulled toilet paper out of his pocket, and I was shook by the experience. Like,
he had toilet paper though. I respect that.
That's how I knew he'd done it before, because he was like prepared. And then it was like a year later, I'm in a storytelling class at the Magnet, and this guy gets up to tell a story, and I'm staring at him, and I'm like, where do I know him? Like, is he an actor? Like, where do I know him? I had seen him poop.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
It was the guy. And the thing is, like, we locked eyes, and I think he saw like the recognition dawn on my face, because he never came back to class.
And you were
no
for real.
And you were cool about it at the time, though. Like, you didn't.
Well, it was like,
wow,
it was
that's amazing.
so shocking. Who expects to see that?
But you didn't like
and then
stop.
Who expects to see them again?
That's something you didn't stop the class and be like, guys, this dude, like, you didn't tell everybody. Did you tell everybody when he didn't come back, or is like is this the first time you're sharing it with the world?
I think I told the teacher like months after the class. I think I was like, you know that guy? Let me tell you a story.
Remember that guy who never came back? Well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you what he gets
Oh my
up
God,
to.
that's incredible.
Right. I love Morning Rose comment. I'm like, this is a story how Liz met the love of her life.
Liz met the love of her life, right?
Oh God.
Wait, Liz, I was too busy laughing. Was this in New York that this happened?
Yes.
This
It
is
was
such a New York,
Queens.
Oh, what a New York thing. That is such like I feel like people always talk about like what's New York like, and like people give them all these like bodega, these are open all the time, and I'm like, no, let me tell you about New York, because New York is both big and small at the same time, and that's how it's small.
Like the best way I can describe New York is that I was once on the phone walking down Fifth Avenue on the phone with my mom, being like, I just really feel like this is my place, like New York, and I like it's working for me. And a man spit, and I'll never know if he spit directly at me or if the wind picked it up, but it smacked me in the face.
Jeez, I'm so sorry.
And that is like, that's New York.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
It's like you can love it and it will punch you in the face.
Yep.
At the same time. Bit.
Yep.
All right. Question number 2.
Oh my God.
Do we have a question number 2?
Yes. I have question number 2. Would you rather be able to see colors others can't see, or hear sounds others can't hear?
Who would you like to answer that first?
Heather.
This is interesting. I think that I am going to go with hear sounds others can't, because that just feels like cooler. Like a cooler experience for you, the person that can have it. Like, because sound is such a personal thing anyway. Like, we all hear at different frequencies and different, like, we have different abilities to hear and stuff. So I think I'm going with hear sounds others can't. Like colors that others can't. I love color and it's fun, but I don't know that that's as intriguing to me. I got to go with hear sounds.
Nice. Yeah.
Morning Rose says either be a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
Makes sense that I chose the one that I'm pretty sure is a cat.
Cool. I think for me, I'm torn about this one because like I can't see colors that other people can. So like there's so many things where like, hey, that's a gray shirt. Where I'm like, hey, that's a gray shirt, and Joy's like, no, it's not. It's a brown shirt. So the idea of being able to see other crazy colors is very intriguing to me. But I think hearing sounds that other people can't, it feels like that would be more of a superpower. Because whatever sound you're hearing is like the sound of like a thing coming, or the sound of like the earth doing a thing or whatever. Mm-hmm. So like I feel like the sound thing would be like a super, like I would learn something from it in a way that the color thing would be cool, but I don't think I would learn as much from it. So I'm gonna go with sound. What about you, Liz?
I would go with sound too, honestly. Like, I mean, there are people that can see colors like right when they hear sounds, or like when people are synesthesia. And I think that's super cool, because like what an awesome experience. I don't know. But No, I feel like hearing sounds that others can hear is like, it's like a little more special. And it's like, who knows what if I could hear my dog talking to me? Like, I don't know. Like, what if I could like hear other languages? It's like a pretty broad thing. Like, what if I had magic ears and I could just translate everything?
That'd be awesome.
I'd go with the hearing. Yeah.
Okay. Topping in chat is asking, because it's your question, so it's your answer. Would they be able to see like Predator if they had the vision thing?
I mean, I don't know Predator.
So Predator was able to like see the heat of a person.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess you could. You know, when I first read this question, I did think like, oh, when you see color, I was like, what if I'm a child, but I was like, what if you could like see when people farted? Like, or like you could like, or like if somebody lied, they would like turn a color or something. Could happen.
Yeah.
Open-ended question.
That'd be, yeah. Well, it's your question, so you get to decide if that's the case. So.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Do we want to move on to question number 3 since we are very over our allotted time?
We're a minute over.
I know, but we still have a question. We still have a question left. Question number 3. Okay. Would you rather live in a 10-room house but once a month, somewhere in that house for a day, once a month, a tarantula is just roaming around the house and you don't know where it is.
Okay.
But it's a giant house, so odds are it's not in the room that you're in. Or would you rather live in a penthouse of an apartment building, except once a month, drug dealers do some sort of like drug transaction on your roof and end up killing somebody. So every month there's like a dead body on your terrace and you don't get in trouble for it, but you always have to deal with like there being a dead body there. Which would you choose? Liz, I'm coming to you first.
Oh, well, I'm gonna choose like the tarantula because I just think like and don't get me wrong, like I love watching horror films and stuff, but I know myself and I just know I would just be vomiting. I can't be near a dead body. Like I can't do it. Like and who knows what state the body. Like what if I see veins? Like I don't want to see. Like,
that's what you're worried about. Not, you say veins?
Veins, yeah.
Veins,
like,
yeah.
Not like organs. You're not worried about organs. You're worried about veins.
No. One time I thought about veins too much and I just like threw up.
Wow.
Sitting on my bed, just thinking about veins and
right.
Bleh. So I'm gonna go with the tarantula. It probably could be like a fun roommate. It's not gonna bother me. It's living a great life in my giant mansion.
So you'll go.
I'll make it a little room. Like it doesn't have to hide in a room. I'll make it its own little room, and it can stay in there.
So you'll go spleens all day. You'll take a look at a lung, but you don't want to look at veins.
I mean, I don't want to look at any of it, but like veins in particular, absolutely not. No.
Wait, Liz, what are your feelings on? We just saw an ad recently for this thing that was like vein clinics NYC, where it's like clinics just for veins. No. I feel like this is not your target.
No, that's not for me. Like that's not for getting blood drawn is like, and I hate this about myself. It's a production. Like I go in and I'm like, I can't be here. Like freaking out. They have to call someone over to like distract me. And I'm like, oh no, because I'm like, no, not for me.
Not for you. All right.
Heather.
Dustin, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Is this tarantula poisonous?
Yes.
It is poisonous.
Yes.
Well, then obviously I have to go with the dead body. And that's the deal breaker for me, because if the tarantula were just non-poisonous, I am opting for the tarantula. Unfortunately, much to my husband's chagrin, because I know he does not like spiders at all, but they don't really bother me. But if they're poisonous, then that's a different story. I do not want to risk being poisoned by a tarantula. So then I guess I'm dealing with veins, spleens,
the dead
decomposition,
body could be poisonous
dead body.
as well. You don't
It could
know.
be.
What if you,
It could be.
What if you don't find it in time?
It could be liquefying, right? Like what stage is it in? Yeah.
Well, I mean,
It could have tiny spiders inside it.
no, it happened like that day. So like let's just say it always happens on the first. So like you're always gonna find the body the next day.
Can I make intense eye contact and poop with the dead body?
100%. It won't care.
Great.
The fact
It
that
will
you
not
can
care.
schedule your appointments around when the dead body, like, oh,
Right, like, oh,
sorry, I'm busy
well,
on the first. I can't do anything on the
yeah,
first.
I can't do anything on the first.
I just don't know when the body's gonna drop.
DBD, Dead Body Day. Yeah, I don't know when that dead body's gonna drop. Oh man.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm going with the dead body only because you have made the tarantula poisonous. Otherwise, I would have opted for tarantula.
Okay. I am going to go with the tarantula. I don't like a tarantula, but I have 10 rooms in the place. One of the rooms is going to go to an exterminator of some kind whose sole job it is to keep the tarantula away from me.
That's a cheat. You can't do that. That's a
Why
cheat.
not?
The
Why
tarantula.
not?
Absolutely not. That's
Why
a
not?
cheat.
That's my question.
No, you have to live. You have to live with this tarantula.
No, okay. Then can I just Airbnb during that time?
Probably yes. You could
Right.
Airbnb during the dead body too. I guess.
You could.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to go with tarantula because I feel like there are more ways to work around it. I'll know that like there's a big spider somewhere, but I
Something's
feel like,
calling you a cheater.
yeah. Why am I a cheater? I'm not a cheater. It's a big
You
place. It's a big place.
You are twisting the rules of this
Why
question.
do I have to fight the spider when I can bring somebody in to fight the spider? I just know that it's
You don't have
there.
to fight the spider. You
Yeah,
can
you
be
don't.
friends with the spider.
There
You
you
can
go.
coexist with
No.
the spider.
I feel
You
like
don't have
that
to fight
spider.
him.
No, he's shitty.
What is he like?
Spiders
What are
is-
you trying to say? Is this an asshole spider? Like,
Probably.
does he come out and he's like, I'm in
Yeah.
the mood to poison someone,
Yeah.
and then chases you around?
Yeah, tarantulas are like are mean, aren't they?
No, they're not.
No, people
They're-
keep them as pets.
Yeah, they're really not.
No, thanks. No.
They're really not. I know many people that have spiders as pets that are like just like hanging out. It's like big guy and he's like, oh, hello.
Nope.
I'm still saying Chris is gonna be sitting here just being like, absolutely not. How dare you?
All right. That's our last question, guys. So that brings us kind of to the end of our show, which is sad because we've had so much fun tonight. I forgot to. What am I doing? I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Anyway, Liz, thank you so much for joining us. You were an amazing guest.
Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If people want to hear more about what you got going on, where can they see what's happening?
Yeah, you can check me out on my Instagram, Lizzie_Phillips. And I have a show coming up. I'm in a comedy festival in Atlanta called Fool's Gold. And I will be performing with my improv team, Triple Crown No More, formerly known as Snack Dogs, on Saturday, April 1st.
What a great team name.
We love a long title, and it's a
Oh my
very
God.
in joke.
I was just gonna say, what a great name, especially to be like outside of New York with that name. That's so good.
Yeah, it definitely makes people stop and ponder. But if you're in the mood for a decent mono scene, come on over.
Head down to it. Head down to Atlanta, or maybe you're already there.
Yeah. Fool's Gold Festival.
Cool. Heather, you got anything coming up?
No, not in this coming week. This is a quiet week. So I will be back at you with other things coming up. I know Red Shirts has some stuff coming up in May. That's pretty much it. If you want to find out more about the Red Shirts Musical Improv on the socials.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't have anything coming up, so book me on your shows because I want to be on your shows. I just went through a whole bunch of like shows all at once, and now I'm waiting to book other things. So if you're out there and you want a funny person to say a story or do stand up or whatever, please invite me. And you can follow me on Instagram at DDADDATO. And you can follow us over here at the Super Important Show at Super Important Stuff. And there was a lot of noise. Thank you so much.
Someone biking away from the dead body.
Yes. Or the tarantula. Equally as horrifying. Liz, thank you again so much for being part of the show. You were amazing. We'll be back next week with another amazing guest and some really insane stories. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a good night.